Welcome, Triton Trojans fans. Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart and Orion Lemler here for the Triton Trojans Sports Network as our Trojans travel to the Den here to take on Oregon Davis, the Bobcats, here tonight for our first game of the 2018-2019 season. Of course, we're going to get a new look from these Trojans this season. No Ross Johnson, no Dylan Hensley, and no, who am I missing? Drew Stichter would be the other one.
Yep.
No Drew Stichter here tonight. So we're going to see a lot of different players kind of stepping up. You still have Beau Hepler, Jared Bules, and you got Atkins coming back, Trenton Kreft, Lucas Richman coming back to play that forward spot. Heckaman, unfortunately, is out for the first third of the season. But then you look at your different guys you got playing on the bench. You got Westafer coming off the bench. You got Trenton Kreft, Chase Butler, who can roll a sharpshooter. But watching the JV game, you got guys like Tyson Yates and Oviedo. You got him up there, and then of course with Quentin Amsden, it's not Thornburg anymore, it's Amsden. I'm going to have a hard time with that tonight. But going with that, you look at what you have. But then also another surprise guy in the lineup is Tye Orsund. Another guy, we saw him in the football season. Tye's a gamer. There's a lot of things he can do well, cut and go. Real strong hands, a guy who can be do what he does on the football field. He can translate that well to the floor here tonight. Of course, Jason Groves in his 14th season, 231 wins for him, going against Menny Avram in his first season as the Oregon Davis Bobcats head coach. Of course, last season, Triton's season ended in a loss to Oregon Davis, 63-45 in the sectional semifinal. But you look at what we have going forward, might be a different thing going tonight because Oregon Davis lost some key seniors, I think, last season, right?
It was pretty good there. Biggest thing is getting over this first game jitters, just getting that in the competition.
Well, then you turn around and you look at it. I mean, as far as for us, is kind of getting things going. We're going to have a tough go with. We'll play Plymouth and Northwood, I believe, if I pull my stuff back up. I mean, to get a win here tonight would be huge, especially going against Plymouth and Northwood. Career Academy shouldn't be too bad of a game for us, but we go those first two games, 3 away games starting off. These guys are going to have to get that small ball style of play down quickly.
The only thing is, being an away game, we were used to it last year.
Hey, and that's exactly right. We didn't get anything at home after
January. After
January. That's when I got started. I never got a home game until the girls this year. So that'd be kind of thing the guys can really bounce off. There's a lot of experience in the court. Beau Hepler's a real good leader. There's a lot of things he does well. He's going to kind of move to that two-guard spot, which would be really interesting because Beau's a real good shooter. And you're going to have Amsden bring it up past the court, according to the Times Union article that I read. There's a lot of positive things that Jason Groves does. And one thing that I can appreciate is he gets the most out of his players. Small family-style booth we got up here tonight with the 70s shag carpet going. But going forward for trying big things tonight, the JV came out looking well. That freshman class, I'm telling you what, I'm real excited about that group of freshmen coming in.
They've always been, ever since they've started way back 4th, 5th, 6th grade, they've always played good together, been a really good team to watch.
I mean, you watch Tyson Yates, a lot of things he does as a slasher, kind of a guard. That kid's going to be real good the more he matures. And, of course, Keegan doing what he does as far as a sophomore. There's a lot of talent there. He's figured out his size, especially when he kind of saw him kind of figured out during football. We started to use those moves and cut and go. Keegan seems to get things a little more figured out. But then you have guys like Connor Large, another one that did a real good job, and Cole McKinney. 2 guys there, and then Bruce Johnson, the kid who can shoot from outside. So there's a lot of talent there from the freshman squad. And, of course, Oviedo, another guy who didn't play any JV, he's going to play all varsity. That's kind of a thing to keep an eye on what they can do. I mean, you watch these guys a little bit longer. I mean, what kind of things do you see from these guys as far as
biggest thing is, even like John Gardner's another one. He's very, he's been with it, and he's always been small. And now he's getting into that growth spurt.
Yep.
And everything, mechanics change. He was a ball, he always shot from the hip. And now he's got that mechanic to change where you're more of up front.
And you could tell that just in a season where he would even, from what he shot last season, he's really kind of learned to step into his shot, and he's done a real good job at hitting that one. And, of course, Taylor Long in his first game as a JV head coach.
Yes, first game as
First
JV.
win, 40-21 here tonight.
And he's also coached a lot of these kids, some of the freshmen and whatnot, as they came up through.
So that really, for them guys developing, that's a good move by Jason Groves to kind of have him kind of keep these guys going along. But they moved Blake Schori, another guy who's worked with some of these juniors and sophomores last season, kind of coming up into the varsity role with Blake on the bench there is a real good thing to have with those guys as well.
Right, yeah.
But also kind of keep an eye on everything else we've got going on. Of course, Taylor Long and I were classmates long ago in the big city of Warsaw. So I know Taylor, I'll tell you what, he was a bulldog when he played. And I'll tell you what, he was a good point guard when he played, a very talented guard. and he knows he's got a high basketball IQ. There's a lot of good things that JV team's going to do, and of course, learning from one of the best coaches I've ever seen in Jason Groves. These guys will be set. Let me tell you, they'll get the most out of them.
And now let's meet the starting lineup for tonight's varsity contest. First for the visiting Triton Trojans. A forward, 6-foot senior wearing number 10, Tye Orsund. And a guard, 5'11" junior wearing number 12, Garrett Bules. And a guard, 5'6" senior wearing number 14, Beau Hepler. At guard, 5'9" freshman wearing number 20, Ashton Oviedo. At a guard, 5'11" junior wearing number 30, Quentin Amsden.
So there you have our starting five. It'll be Tye Orsund, Jared Bules, Beau Hepler, Ashton Oviedo, and Quentin Amsden. So a little bit of a smaller lineup. But still, the small ball lineup works. See Golden State. So we'll get Oregon Davis' starting lineup here.
And a guard, 5'8" sophomore wearing number 0, Gavin Sibo. And a guard, 5'8" sophomore wearing number 34, Bryan Jr. And a forward, 6-foot sophomore wearing number 24, Nolan Murphy. At forward, a 6-foot junior wearing number 14, Garrett Weil. And a guard, a 6-foot junior wearing number 2, Cooley. The Bobcats basketball program in his first season, Menny Avram. Tonight's officials are Jimmy Arnett, Chad Baldry, and Jack Urban.
So there's your starting lineup for the Bobcats. Sibo, Cooley, Will, Murphy, and Ryan Pitts Jr. rounding out the 5 for them. Oregon Davis in their home white uniforms, Bobcats across the chest in black. Red numbers on the front and back, and of course Triton in their away blue uniforms. White numbers outlined in gold, and with the gold stripes going down both sides of the uniform. And Orsund will jump against Will. So Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart and Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network as we get the 2018-2019 season underway here at the Den at Oregon Davis. Tipped by Orsund, and Hepler comes away with it. Triton's going to work left to right, starting off the ball game. Amsden with the basketball, top the key. He'll let the play develop. Hepler comes out here on the right side. It's going to be interesting to see him coming out of that 2-guard spot. Bules back on over to Orsund. Back on top to Amsden. Orsund cuts to the basket, goes up strong, finds it. Tye Orsund with his first points of this season, the first points for Triton. Sibo with it now on the right wing. So I'm trying to work against Bules here. Gets a screen, drives, wanted to drop it there. On over to Cooley. Cooley with the basketball now, on over to Murphy. Quick hit over to Sibo. Murphy now is going to drives to drop it down into Wheel. And Orsund takes away, finds Amsden. They're going to reset. Quentin pushing it. Beau Hepler thought about it. Back to Tye Orsund. On over to Bules. Back to Amsden. He's going to drive. Quentin picks up his dribble, fires it over to him. They're going to say he drug that pivot foot. One thing I like about Amsden from what he did last year, very quick feet, quick hands. Guy can defend really well, but he can also hit the outside shot too.
He stays out there and gets that look and takes it.
And also real good facilitator with the basketball, moves it well. Sibo with it, on over to Cooley. Back on top to Murphy. Murphy throws it away. There you go. So we're going to try a new stat system. We're trying with the iPad here tonight and try a few different things. Get Kenny to talk a little bit. Well, we'll get Orion to talk over there. He's sitting in the high chair over there. Orsund gets the pass. Finds Amsden over here on the near side. He's going to drive the basket. Goes up strong. Banks closed for him. Rebound. It's going to go out on Wheel. Triton will regain possession. 2-0's our score. The Trojans lead here early. Amsden looks for Orsund with a good move inside. See, like I said, the stuff that he does as far on the football field right there just translates, spinning away, gets himself freed up. And that's good. Murphy?
Murphy.
So Murphy with his first personal, team's first. That'll send senior Tye Orsund to the line for 2. Front rim just a little short. Try to aim for that back iron. Or I guess the front iron, rather. Don't want to force it too much. Unfriendly rattle there. Orsund with an empty trip. And that's going to be on Beau Hepler, looks like. So we await, and Sibo will bring it up for the Bobcats. Of course, this team missing several key players. Triton tonight would be coming with a huge win. This team played well on the road last year. Of course, our home games were on the road. Murphy with the basketball. Back top to Sibo. Sibo trying to find some space. Onward to Weil. He's going to drive the baseline. Goes up strong. Banks open for him. And the and one opportunity for Garrett Weil. Fouls on. Who's the foul on? I think is that on Jared? So that'll be on
Jared.
Jared Bules, team's second foul, and that'll send Weil to the line for 1. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Oviedo. On over to Amsden. He'll bring it past the half-court line. On over to Bules. Back on top to Oviedo. Finds Beau Hepler. On over to Amsden. One thing for these guys to keep doing on offense is keep moving. Don't stand still. Hepler for 3. Side iron, rebound, Sibo. But Bules is going to make him work for it. Cooley with the basketball. Back on top to Sibo. On over to Murphy. Closely guarded. One thing Triton does very well in these Jason Groves teams is play very good stifling defense. Bules draw the screen, and Weil goes up. Oviedo blocks it. Hepler saves it, and Oviedo takes it away. Got in the trap. Hepler's got it. Tries to drop it on over to Amsden. He's got it. Quentin's going to drive. Bules in the corner alone for 3. Got it! And one opportunity. That'll send Jared Bules to the rare opportunity of a 4-point play. Don't see those very often.
Not 14.
I didn't catch it.
What's that?
I was trying to catch his last name. I didn't catch it. We'll go with Weil.
Now, wait a minute.
Hold on. Timeout. Didn't he get a shot? Okay, I must have missed something. Orsund with the inbound. Guys goes up strong. Weil with enough coverage to keep him away. I thought he had an and one opportunity. Guess not.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because he was, unless they said it was after the shot for some reason. But
Pitts with the shot. Deep 2 for him. It goes in. Ryan Pitts, second field goal for the Bobcats. They trail by 1. Amsden drops on to Beau Hepler. Hepler's out about the 3. They're going to say he traveled. Right idea by Beau with the up fake, but drug that pivot foot. Definitely going to need him tonight. His shooting ability, as he showed last year towards that last half of the season, really came alive from behind the arc. Sibo passes the half-court line. Here we go. On over to Cooley. Right wing for him. He's going to try to drive left. Back on top. Pitts up fake. Drops it on over to Sibo.
did get clarification. They said the foul was after the shot.
The foul was after the shot. Okay, that would explain it. Stolen away by Tye Orsund. Orsund's going to speed his way in for an easy left-handed lay-in. Tye Orsund, that's how many points for him tonight? I believe it's 4. Cooley, Sibo. Murphy. Oh, Bules had that one dialed in. Sibo with the step-back jumper. Rebound, Tye Orsund. Oviedo, now with the basketball, slows it down. Finds Amsden on the left wing. He'll drive, drops it for Orsund. Orsund's going to drive the baseline, goes up strong, and draws the foul. That'll be on Dylan Murphy, team's third foul, and Tye Orsund.
And his second already.
So 2 fouls for Murphy, not Mercy. Orsund now go to the line. 0 for 2 in his first trip. Back iron too strong. Let's put a little bit more under it. It's been a couple seasons since he's played basketball, I believe.
I can't.
At least my one source said it's been a couple seasons. Orsund finds it.
which is always great if you haven't played, but yet you can come back and start.
Exactly. You know you're good if you can do that. Weil will travel. Well, like I said, so far you're looking at Tye Orsund with how many points he got? 5?
Yes.
So 5 points already. A lot of the moves he's doing away from the basket with the basketball, he's using a lot of those moves he used on the football field, and they're working out well for him so far. Bules receives it. Tries to drop down to Tye Orsund, who frees himself up, tries to go behind it. Cooley over to Sibo. It's going to be a 1-on-4 fast break. Stops it. Cooley back to Pitts for a 3. Different looking shooting motion there. Oviedo runs into traffic, dribbles his way out for a freshman to keep his composure in that situation. Nice jump step. Oh, Euro step for Oviedo. He's got his first bucket of his high school campaign. Sibo now with the basketball on the right wing. Back on over to Weil. On over here, we got a guy checked in. That's Layne Fisher. Sibo with it, tipped away by Bules. Sibo's working over there on the right wing. Lucas Richman will check in here, the next dead ball. Cooley's working against Oviedo. Over to Fisher, back to Cooley. Pitts at the up fake, he's going to drive in with a little runner. Back iron, too strong, rebound, goes to Oviedo. Got to watch Fisher. He's a guy who had 4 fouls in the first half of that JV game. Bules alone for 3. Got it! Jared Bules finds it again. 2 3-balls for him. Triton leads here at this timeout, 13-4 at the Den. So, Kenny, so far, what kind of things are you liking that you're seeing out there?
They've been moving the ball, been patient. Don't look like they have that first game jitters. They seem to be on track for not really causing a lot of big turnovers.
I mean, they seem relaxed to me as far as they're kind of going out. They don't seem with happy feet. I mean, we had a couple of travels with Beau and Bules, or Quentin. But with those two guys, those are little mistakes. But you don't see them like running in the ball. Their ball handling still seem to be on point.
That, and then it's not like we get into a big rush and get down here and just throw something up. We're pulling it back out. We're running a play. We're not getting real antsy.
Well, and they're real patient. The passes are real crisp. For the rest of they're finding the right guy open. They're not throwing, like I said, not throwing it away. But for a lot of these guys that are on here, there's a lot of athletes on the court for us. Lucas Richman will check in, and that'll send Amsden to the bench. He'll get his first rest of the game. On the floor for the Bobcats, we got Sibo, Weil, Cooley, Fisher, and Pitts. Triton's got Bules, Hepler, Orsund, Richman, and Oviedo. Sibo tries to get rid of Weil. Alone, bend the bottoms. Cooley, he goes up strong. Cooley kind of went untouched. Richman lost him, and now they're going to put a little bit of press. Drops it to Lucas Richman. Finds Hepler. Hepler's going to drive cross court. Oviedo alone for 3. Got it! Ashton Oviedo with his 3-ball. We're going to get a...
Not sure if he must be touching the ball after it's been going through second time.
Must have been. They said delay a game on him. Don't see those called too often. So Triton with 3 3-pointers in this first opening period of play. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in the opening period. Pitts on over to Fisher. He's going to drive. Gets a good screen there. Sibo almost lost it. We get a screen from Weil. Weil tries to cut. Not there. Fisher's going to drive. Floater for him on the mid-range pull-up. Not there. Rebound, Lucas Richman. That's a guy they're going to have to rely on coming off the bench with his length and athleticism. High pass to Bules, alone for 3. He'll pop one again. Oh, that would have burned the place down if he'd have hit that one. Cooley with the basketball, he'll lose it. And good way to force that one by Jared Bules. Another guy, as far as a junior, we've seen a lot of key minutes and a guy who can do a lot of good things with the basketball.
Well, last year, split JV varsity. So sometimes that's tough because you might be with a different set of guys in a JV and then come back with the varsity.
Well, and that's tough. And plus, but one thing with him, and especially Quentin Amsden and a couple of these other guys, these guys who split time, they did it, but they did it at a high level. Hepler alone for 3. Rolls out. Orsund with the try with the tip back, and Hepler comes flying through there. And they're going to draw a foul. That's going to be on Jared Bules. That'll be his second personal, team's third, or team's, I believe it's third.
Yes.
Well, they haven't got updated yet. So Caden Atkins is going to check in now. And that'll send Jared Bules to get him a rest. But boy, he's played good here with 6 points as he'll take a seat. Sibo now as they trail by 10 here at their home court, the Den at Oregon Davis. Sibo's going to drive. Try to work himself. Tye Orsund with some awesome defense out there on the perimeter. Hepler now. Tipped away by Oviedo. Fisher brings it down. With a carry there. Sibo with a 3. Rebound, Fisher. Fisher went fishing for that one, sent it above the backboard. Trying to regain on the floor, as we said. We got Atkins inbounding, Oviedo, Hepler, Richman, and Orsund rounding out the 5 for the Trojans. Lineup unchanged for Oregon Davis. Orsund's going to get the basketball. He's going to drive, put it on the floor, and go hard.
Oh, geez.
Nice.
I think he almost thought he was going to get blocked, and it kind of scared him. Nobody was there.
Hey, it still worked out. Tell you what, he's doing a good job going with that left hand. Cooley with the floater, not there. Rebound goes to Weil. He's going to try a second shot and draw the end one opportunity from Lucas Richman. Looked like he got away from the Northern back call, at least according to Lucas. And Weil with the end one opportunity. I believe he missed his first attempt, I believe. Pretty sure he did. Weil shots up, finds the bottom there. 1 for 2 on the night for that young man, looks like. 18-9's our score. Beau Hepler's going to kind of bark it out here. He'll move back to a point guard spot with Amsden and Bules out. He'll drive up, finds Caden Atkins. Another guy who played a lot of JV minutes last year, playing more varsity, playing all varsity this season. 30 seconds. Beau Hepler now drawing Cooley out there. Oviedo back to Lucas Richman. Finds Tye Orsund. Orsund drops it to Beau Hepler inside 20 seconds now. Triton looking on point here in this first period. Hepler's waiting. Finds Oviedo. Oviedo drops to Richman. 8 seconds. Richman finds Tye Orsund. They're going to have to drive in the lane. Hepler alone for 3. Got it! Beau Hepler finds it. Gotta love the first quarter there, Kenny.
Okay, we're going through here, and I'm short.
It's been a long time since we've seen a first quarter like that.
Yes, very good, exciting quarter.
I like that. I'll tell you what. I kept telling everybody, this small ball, what these guys are doing, a lot of things are going to be very good for us. So 7.
Missing 2 for them.
Cooley had 2. Garrett Weil had 5.
That's 14.
14.
Yep, that's where I missed it.
Ryan Pitts with a 2 of his own, but Triton leading the way for them. Tye Orsund with 7 points. Ashton Oviedo, he's got 2. Right? Oh, 5.
He's got 5.
Hepler, I'll just let you read it off. You got there in front of you.
Orsund had 7. Bules had 6. Oviedo had 5. And Hepler's got a 3.
So looking at the guys, they're really coming out that 3 ball. They hit 4 of them there in the first period. They're starting to figure things out. Like I said, with different players this season, looks like you have different guys looking for their shots. They're not just waiting for one guy to kind of do it all. They're feeling more relaxed and trying to more opportunities for everybody, spreading it around at least.
Yeah, there's keep moving everybody through, and everybody's not afraid to at least take that look. And then when it comes available, go for it.
And they're not forcing anything up kind of silly or anything like that. That for them to do that here, especially in this first game, I mean, Oregon Davis, they're no slouch. They're a team that's going to be tough to go against. But missing some of their key seniors, they can tell they're hurting a little bit there. Weil inbound. Weil, Cooley, Sibo, Fisher, and Pitts all on the court for Oregon Davis. Orsund, Atkins, Richman, Oviedo, and Beau Hepler rounding out the 5 for our Trojans. And Oregon Davis, Corson working right to left. Fisher now over to Cooley. Back up to Sibo. Sibo drops it to Cooley. Atkins with some tight defense on him. Orsund out to meet Sibo. Tye Orsund about takes away. He's hanging on to it.
Oh. I'm sure it's what we think it is.
So that'll be on Nolan Green, right?
Yes, Green.
Wait a minute. Nolan Green's not on the floor.
Oh, they were trying to get him.
Okay, it's Sibo. Okay, I was going to say, that didn't look. So Sibo with the foul. I'll tell you right now, if Orsund had a second to turn around and drop that one, Beau Hepler was wide open running down the far side. He gets himself freed up, loses Cooley. And Beau Hepler bring back up and run the play. Grove set up. Orsund now going against Murphy. Oviedo loses Fisher. Drops to Beau Hepler. Orsund drops it. Atkins drives. Picks up his dribble, goes up strong, banks close for him. Rebound, Tye Orsund. They're going to call a jump ball. Triton will hang on to it. Well, I'll tell you what, Tye can really fly through the air now. Man. Amsden will check in. Caden Atkins will check out. Quentin, a very good guard, really knows how to facilitate the basketball and do a lot of good things, especially on defense. Orsund with it, receives the inbound. Hands off to Quentin. Quentin's going to pick up his dribble. Finds Beau Hepler. Hepler in the lone for a corner for three. Nope, no good. Rebound, Richman. Oh, finds Oviedo. Looks like Oviedo comes away with it. Finds Tye Orsund. He's going to slash to the basket. But he'll draw the foul. And that's going to be on Pitts. So what kind of things would you tell Tye here as far as going to the line, going 1 for 4 in those two?
Just keep at it.
Yeah, just keep at it. Just keep shooting. It's early. Maybe get a little bit more of an arc there, and he'll have it.
Hey, he's been more practiced than the rest of them.
Hey, there you go. See, you have a little more going on. See, here, exactly. He's going to figure it out. Don't really practice free throws and warm-ups, practicing everything else. Yep. So Orsund now 2 free throws on the night made for him. His second shot, no good. Richman tried to come away with it. And now Cooley's going to bring it past the half-court line. Tyson Yates checked in there. Floater by Cooley, no good. Murphy, but Yates comes away with it. Tyson Yates, the freshman. Another bright spot for this Trojan team. Yates draws the trap. He's going to travel. I don't know about that one. Might have drug his pivot foot just enough to warrant that call. Oviedo, Amsden, Yates, Richman, and Tye Orsund all on the floor for the Trojans. Weil, Cooley, Fisher, Pitts, and Murphy all on the floor for the Bobcats. 22-9, Triton leads. Cooley drops it down low, stolen away by Tye Orsund. Yates now is going to bring it past the half-court line. The young man had 7 points in that JV game. Finds Orsund. Orsund's going to drive. Tries to leave it to Quentin, tipped by Pitts. Cooley now on the fast break is going to go up strong against Amsden and gets an unfriendly roll for him. Murphy with the putback, no good. Rebound Oviedo. Oviedo's trying to get there. He's got 3 guys pressuring. Murphy steps in front, takes it away. Banks open for him. Dylan Murphy, his first field goal of the night.
Okay.
Boy, this official's serious tonight.
I think there's some, I'm not sure, I haven't looked at all the new rules, but there's some of this stuff they might be over the season stuff or over the break, the stuff that they've talked about, and just to keep the ball or keep the game moving.
Makes sense. The other things keep the game moving, not slowing it down. Bules checks back in, so Jared Bules down the basketball is going to drive. Finds Quentin Thornburg, still outside the three-point line. Beau Hepler also checking back in. Yates receives it from him. Amsden now. Quentin's going to drive. Hop step for him. Nice floater by Amsden. No good. Rebound. Oh! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Richmond came down hard. Nice tailbone there. Whew.
On wheel.
We'll see if that's what they say here. Oh, I guess we're not going to announce it. Okay. So Garrett Weil with his second personal. Tyson Yates, rather. Beau Hepler alone for 3. Got it! Beau Hepler with another 3-ball of his own. Triton leads 25-11 here.
Ooh. On the floor.
Oviedo will check in, so will Sibo after that. Oviedo will check in. Sibo will check in. Weil will take a seat. Bules will check out. Oviedo, Amsden, Hepler, Yates, and Lucas Richman all on the floor for Triton. Sibo, Pitts, Murphy, Fisher, and Cooley, who's inbound for the Bobcats. Murphy with a good cut, finds it there. Dylan Murphy, 4 points for him. 25-13 is our score here at the Den. Amsden now gets it back up. This man defense kind of being put on. Amsden goes up strong, banks close, but he'll draw the foul. It's another thing he can do well. He's got like that quick 1-2 step, and he can just really accelerate.
I think he's just, getting more confidence of going in and doing that.
That's going to be on Fisher. Surprisingly, his first foul after the JV game. He had 4. Should have had 5. Amsden's first free throw tickles the twine for his first points of this season. Amsden sets. Nope, right side, no good. Cooley now back over to Murphy. Murphy drops it to Cooley, closely guarded by Tyson Yates. Cross court over to here to Pitts. Pitts with the up fake, loses his defender. Mid-range jumper, too strong. Rebound, Lucas Richman. Tyson Yates will bring it past the half-court line. A guy who can really fit the ball in some tight places, as we saw him do in the JV game. Oviedo now with the basketball, drops it for Beau Hepler. He'll spot for three. Foul on the shot, looked like. No call. Pitts drops it to Sibo. Sibo who's going to go strong against Amsden. And they're going to call it charge. Smart move by Quentin Amsden to get his feet in there and saw the play ahead of it. Planted his feet, got him nice and square, and drew the charge. Made Sibo commit the charge. Beau Hepler, now they're going to have Oregon East put a little bit of pressure on this Trojan offense to see what they can do to force a turnover. Triton done a very good job not throwing away and being smart with the basketball. Fisher really using that body to push against.
Pushing.
Tyson Yates kind of confused that one. Tye Orsund will check back in. He'll check in. Yates will come out.
I'm wondering if off-season, if there's a lot of stuff the officiating association has went over, talked about, or as long as they keep it consistent. That's been the whole thing throughout the season.
Yeah, just keep it consistent. I mean, there's nothing wrong with rule changes, but you got to keep it consistent. Pitts with a stutter step, trying to get around Beau Hepler, finds Fisher.
Good question for Jason.
I'm gonna write that one down. I'm gonna ask him that one when we get to the break. Pitts will drive, slap bites Amsden. Smart move by Quentin. Cooley will inbound, trying to find someone free up. Back on to Sibo. Sibo's going to try to step up there. He's going to try to drive on over to Murphy. Murphy's going to try a contested three. That one goes in for Dylan Murphy. Three ball of his own. Amsden inbounds to Hepler. Amsden receives it. They said, according to the Times Union article, he's going to be running a lot of the point. Fisher got away with the reach there. Orsund with the basketball. Back to Hepler. Closely guarded by Cooley. Oviedo's going to drive the basket, tries to drop it to Richman, and Lucas is going to try to find the bank open, and he does. Lucas Richman opens the bank there. His first points. 28-16 is our score. 3:45 remaining here in the second quarter. Triton leads at the Den. Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart and Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network for the first boys game of 2018. And Fisher will go for a walk. Triton regains it after that turnover.
A little full court pressure here.
Yeah, these guys are starting to feel the heat just a little bit. Amsden with it, past the half-court line. Closely guarded by Pitts. Hepler's going to try to get himself free away. Going to draw a few defenders. Amsden's now going to drive the basket. Stops, drops it for Lucas Richman. Is the bank open again? Yep. It is. Bank's open for late night hours for Lucas Richman for his fourth point. 30-16 is our score. Fisher's going to drive, cross court over to Pitts. Back on to Sibo. He thought about it, changed his mind. Leaves it for Cooley. Cooley on over to Pitts. Pitts is going to put it on the floor. Not there. He loses. Made Beau Hepler about lost his shoes on that one. Pitts with the step back jumper on the crossover.
There we go. Take it a little easy. They've been, that last couple plays, they've gotten a little bit frazzled.
Call push off on Lucas.
Yep.
2 fouls now on Lucas Richman. So for our big guy, especially no Tyler Heckaman in the first third of the season, Lucas is going to have to try his best to stay out of foul trouble. So Caden Atkins will check in for him. Atkins, Oviedo, Amsden, Orsund, and Hepler on the floor for the Trojans. Sibo, Cooley, Fisher, Murphy, and Pitts on the floor for the Bobcats. Cooley working across there. Tries to get back up to Pitts. On over to Murphy. On over to Cooley. Sibo with it. Kind of work it around here. In the corner, Murphy's going to try a spot up three and rebound goes to Amsden.
He's not afraid to take it.
No, he's not. May not be the lightest guy on the court, but definitely a guy who can force up a shot. Hepler thought about three with the up fake. He's going to go up strong. Banks, close for him. Hepler, did he? Oh, he almost came away with that one. Hepler, out of frustration, got that foul. So both teams in the bonus now. That'll send Pitts to the line for the 1-and-1 opportunity. First shot is live. Of course, the guys seem to be getting a little frazzled here. Well, they must be allowed to get drinks on the side during free throws. I don't see that very often. And we got a foul on Oregon Davis. That's going to be on Fisher. And after the Ryan Pitts missed free throw, that'll send Caden Atkins, the senior, to the line for the 1-and-1 opportunity. Of course, they're one away now from the double bonus. Caden's shot is up. Front iron too short. Rebound goes to Murphy, finds Sibo. Sibo's going to drive inside 2 minutes now. Sibo's going to go up strong. No shot. Looks like foul's going to be on Amsden.
Yep. It's his second.
So both teams with 9 team fouls as Yates will check in. Q will come out. Yates, Oviedo, Atkins, Orsund, and Beau Hepler all on the floor for Triton. Lineup is unchanged for Oregon Davis. Sibo's second shot. Is it a first shot?
First shot.
Okay. So his first free throw of the night. 1 for 1 for him. We'll see what he does here in his second one. Triton leads 30-19. Shot by Sibo. Goes in. Now trail by 10 to Triton. Fisher tries to get his hand in there. Got one thing's for sure in the JV game. Let him play with a little bit of contact. Hepler on over to Atkins. Back to Yates. Yates is going to put it down on the left hand. Hepler alone in the corner for three. Not there. Rebound Yates. Put back by him. Banks open for Tyson Yates. Triton by 12. Long pass from Sibo to Pitts. Too high. Triton will get the ball back. One thing I'm seeing from, I didn't see much as last year, the guys are really following their shots and really getting those second chance opportunities.
Crashing the boards and getting them. Before, it seemed like it did last year, a lot of standing or just didn't go get it. Just thought it was going to bounce to them.
Yeah, these guys just don't seem afraid. You see them just moving moving around. They're not standing still. Atkins picks up his dribble. Finds Oviedo. He's going to drive. Kicks out to Orsund. Orsund thought about the three. Spin move by Tye Orsund. Loses his footing and the basketball. Sibo drops over to Cooley. Oh.
Yep, got the travel before.
They're going to call a foul on Triton? Okay,
no,
okay, I was
just
going to say, he was pointing us. I wasn't sure. Bules, Richman, and Amsden will all check in for Triton. Orsund, Yates, and Atkins will come off. Oh, not Orsund. Oh, Jason changes his mind.
It's under a minute.
So Triton leads by 12, so might as well let Orsund play a little bit more. Orsund, Bules, Amsden, Oviedo, and Hepler all on the floor for Triton. Lineup's unchanged for the Bobcats. Doesn't look like they're really digging deep in that bench as Triton has already. Bules finds Orsund. 37 seconds now. Orsund's going to drive hard to the basket, and he's no basket, but he'll still go to the line for the double bonus, and that's going to be on Murphy.
It's third. It's not something when you do the first half.
Especially a guy who's leading the way for them in points, I think. 24.
Yeah, he's got 7.
So a guy leading the way, your main source of points. 3 fouls, and he's already in foul trouble. Atkins will check back in for Triton. Looks like we're going to have shots no good by Orsund. Weil will check back in for Murphy. And Yates will check in for Hepler, and Bules will both take a seat. Yates kind of learning here as a freshman. Learning moment. That's what you call those coachable moments.
That's a first game jitter too.
Yeah, and he'll get there. I mean, you watch his sister play on the girls team. She's came a long way as the season's progressed for the girls. Orsund's second shot, up no good. Sibo with it, back on top to Cooley. Fisher now is going to put on the ball on the ground. Hard pass down to Weil, and Weil put it in. I think they're saying Weil. Oviedo drops over to Amsden. Amsden's going to try to split the defenders, and he loses Fisher. Triton's going to make not enough time. Fisher sped up and got up there. Yates back over to Amsden.
There we go. Oh, get it up.
Orsund's got to get up at the buzzer. Oh, in and out. So that'll bring us to our halftime score. 32-22 is our score. We'll let Kenny give you some of the quick points here for the half. I'll let you do it.
Okay, for Triton, leading scorers Orsund with 8. Bules has 6. Hepler has 6. Oviedo has 5. Richman has 4. And Yates has 2.
Did you get Amsden with 1?
Yes, he does have 1.
So there you go. Triton, of course, Tye Orsund leading the way on the scorers there, but then you can't turn away from Hepler and Oviedo and those guys going to do all the things they're doing.
We've got about 4 of them that's just had 2 fouls. Bules, Hepler, Amsden, and Richman all have 2, and Yates has 1.
So we'll hang tight here. We'll see if they're going to give us the stats over there. Looks like we'll get some of the rebound stats. The turnovers is one I'm kind of interested in.
For Oregon, Davis, Weil, and Murphy both have 7. Pitts has 4. Cooley and Sibo each have 2.
So
and on the fouls, Murphy's got the 3, and then they've got Weil, Fisher, and Sibo with 2, and Pitts with 1.
So they're going to do the chuck-a-duck thing here. It's like the chuck-a-puck thing with the comments. We got to hit the shopping cart. We got to hit the shopping cart. Someone got close to it.
Nope, got 1 touch in the white.
So what kind of things would you be telling the guys as far as in the locker room if you're Jason Groves down there before we come out in the second half?
Things are looking good. I mean, first game jitters. Looks like we're over that. Right there towards the end of the second quarter, we was getting a little frazzled. I think we was getting a little bit more back and forth and don't look like they were ready for that yet. So we kind of pulled back, slowed up a little bit. Things need to click a little bit better.
Yeah, as far as the defensive side, the guys are doing a good job shutting them off and making them really work for their shots. I mean, 22 points, they got, 13 points in that second quarter, but the first time opening them up and only allowing 9, that's kind of something to be proud of, at least for Jason Groves' crew, and they put 20 points up in that first quarter.
Yeah, and that's something we haven't seen for a Triton game for quite a while. It seems like we've always been behind, trying to catch up, and just slow starts.
I mean, for these guys, definitely changed a little bit of the philosophy. You're not going to have that big guy down low as this season we talked about going small ball. Triton's really adapting and doing a real good job with that offense.
That's what, just looking out there on the court, you don't see that one big guy standing out there just, hey, give me the ball, give me the ball.
Yep.
It looks pretty even, and looked like a lot of guards.
Yeah, which it works for some other teams. I mean, quite a few college teams get away with that, with running 4 guards and 1 forward. I mean, some of those guys playing small ball. It's hard to defend, especially if you're a little bit of a bigger team, a little bit slower. But if you got a lot of athleticism, that small ball can really work out well in your favor. So we'll take a quick break here, and we'll be right back on the Triton Trojan Sports Network after Orion's half-a-second break. All right, welcome back. Triton Trojan fans from that half-a-second halftime we got there. After Orion edits it, I'm sure.
Yeah, we couldn't get internet. The school was supposed to open it up for us, but there's one setting I think they don't know that you have to turn on, so we wasn't able to broadcast live. Tried it on a cell. No way that's going to work inside this gym with over the surface over here, so best case is record it and send it up later.
Oh, hey, I mean, it's going to be a good watch for everybody, especially that first half. If the second half has anything to do like the first half does, they're trying to keep up what they're doing on the offensive side, just kind of calm themselves down, just kind of relax. I mean, one thing it looks like Oregon Davis kind of playing their hand when you're kind of playing that fast-paced deal, they kind of feed off of that pretty. I mean, they seem to go toe-to-toe with them there a little bit in the second quarter as far as the speed-wise, but if trying to kind of keep their heads and kind of slow down the ball movement and just relax and keep taking those looks at the basket, and they should be good going into the second half here. On the floor for Triton, we have Jared Bules, Oviedo, Amsden, Hepler, and Orsund, the starting five on the floor for Triton as they'll get this underway. Sibo, Wheels, Wells, Wheels. We'll go with Wheels. I like that. Sounds better. Wheel. No, he doesn't have them all. He only has two. Or one wheel. Wheel. He don't have wheels. He might be a little slower. Pitts, Murphy, and Cooley rounding it out for them. Actually, no, that's not Murphy. That's Jared Bryan checking in, seeing his first minutes of the night. The glasses threw me off. Cooley on over to Wheel. He's going to drive, closely guarded by Tye Orsund. Wheel drops him over to Sibo. Wheel will go up strong, not there. Gets his own rebound and gets another rebound. And then Bryan comes away, and then Bules finally pulls down the rebound. Amsden out of the basketball, past the half-court line. Triton's going to work right to left here. Hepler now with the basketball. Close guard by Cooley. Finds Bules on over to Orsund. Finds Amsden. Quentin out the basketball, trying to find an open guy. Orsund cut there, not there. Finds Oviedo down low. Finds Tye Orsund. He thought about the three up fake. He's going to drive the basket strong. Banks closed. Rebound Pitts, and Orsund takes it away from him. Tye Orsund goes up strong after the steal. Hepler now's going to go up and draw the foul off Wheel. That'll be his third personal foul. Team's first of the half. Changing up this scheme for Jason Groves has kind of paid off here. Beau Hepler, usually a pretty good free throw shooter after last season. See what he can do here. Finds it for his first one. Second one rattles in. Beau Hepler 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Sibo brings it up here, guarded by Bules. Sibo's going to drive. The man defense being put on by Triton. These guys are really close on the basketball quick. Sibo finally takes it. We talked about that off the air. He doesn't take too many. He gets some looks, but he doesn't take a whole lot of them. Oviedo with the basketball is going to drive. Crossover finds Orsund. Orsund goes up. Tries to go up too strong. And Will just walk out of the basket. He thought he made it. What's that? Come on, man. Yep. I don't make the come on.
He probably thought he was wide open right there. It should have went in.
Yeah. Bules,
just like that.
Right there. No coverage.
Just got a
rebound. Orsund puts on the ground, tries to go up again. Now Will get the foul. 4 fouls on him in frustration. He's going to get talked to by the official after that one. He's going to go to the bench.
Is he going to switch from the JV? He had all those in the first half. Now he's getting.
That was Fisher.
Oh, Fisher.
That was Fisher. The Wheel's going to sit out here now with 4 fouls for him. Orsund's first shot for an iron. Give him time. He'll figure that out eventually. Murphy will check in. He's got 3 fouls. So their two leading scorers definitely in foul trouble here. Orsund's second shot, no good. Empty trip for him. Sibo drops it over to Cooley. Down low to Bryan. Stolen, a tip by Amsden, taken away by Hepler. Amsden's going to drive. In the corner to Bules. He's going to drive. Finds Oviedo for a 3 off the. Try to go off the glass, not there. Off the mark. Murphy brings it down. Sibo with the basketball now on the right wing. Back in the middle to Murphy. Murphy's going to try to go with the left hand. We're going to get a foul. That'll be on Tye Orsund. Ty's got his first personal foul. Inbound by Cooley. Finds Pitts. Pitts with a little stutter step, tries to throw it over to Bryan. They'll work it up, and Sibo reset inside. 6 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Triton leads 34-22. Tipped by Amsden. Sends it back. Sibo on over here to Pitts. In the right wing, he's going to work. Back to the middle, on over to Cooley. Sibo drops into Pitts, and Hepler could control the momentum of his body there. He'll draw the foul. It's, I believe, his third personal foul.
His third.
So Lucas Richman will probably be checking in for him. That'll be kind of it kind of hurts a little bit, losing a little bit of outside shooting with Hepler going to the bench. Beau kind of reminds me of Taylor Long when he played at Warsaw. Just saying, both of the guys weren't the tallest guy on the team, but they could really play offense and defense at a high level. Pitts will drive the basketball, goes up with a floater, and no shot. Blocking foul by Amsden. Now he's got 3 fouls too. They might be forcing Grove's hand here to pull some of their better shooters out. Tipped by Oviedo. There you go, the freshman with the heads-up play there, steals it away. Oviedo with the basketball is going to work over to the right, finds Amsden. Quentin down low into Lucas Richman. Richman double team, and he'll draw the foul. Kind of getting held on to by Cooley. Dennis Cooley, his first personal foul. Amsden drops into Bules, back on top to Orsund. Orsund will try to put it down with the left hand, go up strong with the right one, not there. Orsund gets his own rebound. Gets rid of it to Bules. Bules is going to drive back into the basket, floats it in. Bules puts a little English on it and drops it in. 8 points for him. Right? Pretty sure 12's got 8, right?
Yes, he does.
There you go. Sibo with the basketball. Drops it down. Stolen away by Amsden. Quentin Amsden showing off those quick hands. Use them there. Bules helps him out. Drops to Oviedo. Oviedo waits for a chance and banks open for Oviedo. The freshman opening up there too. How many points he got?
Let me get him put on here. He got that put in. 7.
So 7 for the freshman here tonight in his debut as a varsity player. 38-22 is our score after first-year head coach Menny Avram takes a timeout.
Pretty good. We got Orsund, Bules, Hepler, all with 8.
So you like the distribution. That's one thing we didn't really have last year is the distribution of points. The guys really moving around. You see different guys scoring, different guys having opportunities. That kind of thing really opens you up as far as the offensive side.
Especially if you got somebody doesn't have a good night, you're not relying on that one person carrying you through for that game.
And that makes a difference. When you can really move the basketball around and have different guys doing different things, these guys here, that's where the possibility of the board, they playing small ball like this is really going to benefit those guys, having different guys on any given night shooting the basketball and scoring. Caden Atkins will check in. That'll send Amsden to the bench. Bules, Richman, Oviedo, Atkins, and Orsund as the shot from Pitts, in and out. Rebound. Caden Atkins got there into it. And Atkins takes away. Bules saves it. Bules, can he corral it? Yeah, and he does. And Richman's going to go up strong and draw the foul. It's on Pitts. How many fouls he got?
2.
2 for him. So Lucas Richman to the line. We'll see what he can do with these 2 shots. His first shot from the charity stripe, 2 strong, back iron. I always tell everybody the free throws, you can't judge them by the opening night. These guys, once they get these shots and kind of get the confidence, they'll figure it out as the season goes on. Orsund will get a break here as that'll bring in Tyson Yates. He'll join the group on the floor, the freshman. Shot by Richman, finds it there. Richman with 1 for 2 on that trip. Murphy with it. Drops it down into Bryan. Bryan's going to try to lean into the left, and he got it there. Leans with it there. 39-24 is our score. 4:16 remaining here. Well, if you watch, they're missing numbers on that one, on the clock. Oviedo for 3. Just short and to the left. Cooley drops it down to Bryan. On over, we got a new guy in. That's Swanson for the Bobcats. Murphy's going to drive against Oviedo. Drops, uses that weight to kind of push him off of this jumper, not there. Finds Yates. Tyson Yates, the freshman, will bring it up here. Hill with the crossover, loses the player. Oviedo gets it now. Almost loses his footing. On to Lucas Richman, and Bryan closed on him quick. Yates is going to drive the basket with the floater. Not strong enough, but Yates fights for the rebound, and Atkins comes away with it. Oviedo will stay alone for three. Got it! Ashton Oviedo. His second three ball of the night. How many points he got?
Scroll up here.
20.
10.
So 10 points for the freshman. Not bad for a debut. Double digits.
He's leading everybody.
Did not play in the JV game. Save for all for varsity minutes. I'll tell you what, you got to be a good ball player to play as a freshman. Any varsity level, I don't care who you are. Atkins drops to Bules. Bules closely guarded by Swanson. Drops over Oviedo with the up fakes and a drive. The basket down the baseline. Drops across. Yates alone in the corner for three. Back iron. Rebound Pitts. Cooley has it now. Cooley will bring it up past the half-court line. Trying to set and looking for Swanson. Back over to Pitts. Pitts is going to kind of the stutter step there against Yates. Loses him, and he'll throw it away. 42-24 is our score. Guys are really starting to relax a little bit with this lead. Yates has to watch out. Here comes Cooley from behind. Yates the floater. A little English there, and it works. Tyson Yates, 4 points for him. Cooley with the basketball. Oregon Davis just doesn't know what to do with this offense of Triton. Cooley on over to Murphy. Murphy will try to crossover and loses it, and he'll try to. That's a heck of a save there. Try to throw that one to the cheap seats. Cooley now at the basketball, gets the screen from Bryan, picks up his dribble, on over to Swanson. Back to Cooley. Cooley's going to work left away from the screen. 2 minutes remaining now in the third quarter. Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart and Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. As Cooley drives, floater, banks close for him. Rebound, Lucas Richman. Tyson Yates with the basketball, comes up past the half-court line, crossover dribble, and runs into some traffic there. And he'll draw the foul. I can't tell if it was on Swanson. And it is. Braden Swanson, that freshman, committing his first personal foul, team's fifth of the second half. Keegan Westafer, the sophomore, will check in. Had a good game in the JV matchup. I believe he had 7 points. Very athletic, very good player, can drive it. And there he shows it off right there. Keegan Westafer finds the bank open for his first points. One thing for Triton that's going to be key going forward is that those guys being ready to play coming off the bench. Pitts on over to Murphy. Murphy, spin move, tries to work away from. Lucky he didn't travel there. Yates with the basketball after the rebound from Keegan Westafer. Yates is going to drive hard to the basket. Banks not there for him. Cooley with the basketball, goes to guard by Bules. Trying to go to a little more of a zone defense now. Cooley's going to drive and go up strong. He's going to draw a foul. That might be on Bules, given his reaction, and it is. 3 personal fouls for him?
Yes.
4 team fouls for Triton. Sibo check back in. Sibo, Murphy, Bryan, Swanson, and Pitts with the basketball. Atkins, Yates, Bules, Westafer, and Oviedo all on the floor for Triton. Almost tipped away by Jared Bules. That's one guy who's going to make you work for the basketball. Inside a minute remaining here in the third period. Triton leads 46-24. Swanson with the basketball. On over to Pitts on the left wing. He's going to drive in. So the free throw line's going to pick up his step with the jump step blocked by Oviedo. Bules up court to Oviedo. He's going to have a minute to drop it in. He does. A little pretty move there. Oviedo, with how many points he got? 12 now?
He has 12.
So Oviedo, the freshman, leading all scorers here at the Den. Swanson's going to drive inside 30 seconds. Murphy, step back jumper for him. No good. Rebound Oviedo. Oviedo's going to try to go here a little bit. He's going to slow it down. But the no-look pass goes off the leg of Murphy and looked like a pinball there. Bounced around. Now it's out of bounds. Triton will get it with 16.2. If you watch their scoreboard, it's trying to catch up. It's like you just can't figure out. It's like, okay, now we'll go.
Go Twitch, go Twitch, go start, stop.
Something like that.
Well, if their scoreboard's doing that, our scoreboard's doing that.
So that's why it's
doing it. Or maybe ours is getting a little bit better.
Hey, as long as we do better than IU did. Oh, and out of bounds. Triton will get it. Hey, at least our scoreboard matches up.
Yep, and it's kind of nice if it keeps it working that we don't have to manually do it.
Knock on wood there. So we'll get a timeout by Jason Groves. Take a half, not a full timeout. So 7.6 seconds here. What would you do?
Been coming in pretty good. I think Yates coming in there kind of threw Oregon Davis off a little bit because he's been one they haven't been expecting somebody to drive as the ball comes down just to drive it right in there.
Especially with the size, they're not really expecting kind of really attack. He's not real big.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not real thick, if you know what I mean. But that's kind of a guy you don't really think to go really penetrate the line, go attack the basket. You really don't see that very often.
But, even if he does, he draws him in. He can pass it off and get it to somebody to get him away.
And he's showing off there. I mean, 4 points in the night for him. But he does a lot of good things. The basketball had points he had in the JV game. He had 7 points there, but there was little passes he was making that were just tight windows, and he can really fit it in. The guy who can take it. He can do a lot of things. Westafer, Atkins, Chase Butler, the senior, will check in for Triton. Now, with him being on the court, that might be the guy that's going to take the shot.
It could be.
Because Chase is a little bit of a sniper, a guy who can take out, he can shoot the basketball. Murphy's going to be on him, so there's a little bit of a size mismatch there. Bules will check in. 7.6 remaining here in the third quarter. Bules will check in. On over to Atkins. 5 seconds. Try to throw it tops and threw it away. Smart move by Bules to kind of let the clock run out there. Kind of a strong pass there.
I think he was hoping it just time expire, but he had to touch it just to let him so they could get it a different spot.
So Murphy, he's going to try to throw it. That's what I figured he'd do. Bryan's going to tip it in. No good. So Triton will end the third quarter there, leading 48-24. These guys look like they're cruising their way to an opening victory against an Oregon Davis team that beat them by 20 a year ago.
Vito with 12, Hepler, Bules, Orsund with 8, Richman with 5, Yates with 4, Westafer with 2.
So you look.
And as far as fouls, anybody, Bules and Hepler and Amsden all have 3. And then Richman 2, Orsund and Yates with 1.
So not a lot of key players, but the thing is, like I talked about, is that depth on the bench. These guys are coming out off the bench. They're coming in ready to play, and there's talent coming off the bench. You don't have that a whole lot, but with these guys coming off the bench and doing the things they do well, these guys are really doing a good job coming off the bench. Look at Keegan Westafer. He came in, got 4 quick points. Or 2 quick, 4, maybe 2 quick points. He did that coming off the bench. But you got guys like Yates coming off the bench. You got Lucas Richman coming off the bench. You got Atkins coming off. They do a lot of things very well. And those starters give them a break. That's one thing. It's really nice to have a bench that deep to really give your guys some fresh legs coming out. And for Jason to be able to go that far down in his lineup, that's going to be real handy as the season goes on. So we'll get the fourth quarter underway. Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart and Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojans Sports Network.
Am I still in the Hall of Fame?
You're still a Hall of Famer. Oh, well, I'm joined by the Hall. I'll get you here in a little bit. I'll get you again. We'll get the Hall of Famer to talk down there. Bules with the basketball drops down to Tye Orsund. Beau Hepler down the corner. He'll spot up for 3. It's too strong. Rebound, Jared Bules. Bules goes up strong. Looks like he tried to draw the foul, but it'll go out on him. Hey, you set this stuff up. We don't want me setting this stuff up. We'd be lucky to get it going by the fourth quarter of the varsity game when we're setting up for JV. Murphy with the basketball, guarded by Amsden. Sibo's going to put it on the floor. Pixby's drove, step back, spin jumper, not there. Rebound, Tye Orsund. Hands off to Oviedo. Oviedo's going to see an open lane. He's going to go up for the floater. Kind of anticipates some pressure there. Kind of threw it maybe a little early. And Weil will come away up court to Cooley. Cooley's going to hold it smartly. And drops off to Sibo. 7:10 remaining in the ball game. Triton leads 48-24. Now we're going to get a travel on Sibo. Good defense by Triton to force him to take an extra step. Amsden will bring it past the half-court line. He'll work. Tries to find Hepler, kind of curling around there. Hepler trying to lose Cooley, and does. He's going to drive, hands off to Bules. Down into Orsund. Orsund with the up fakes. Nice move. Not there. Sibo takes it away. But then Oviedo takes away himself. They're going to call a foul. It might be on Sibo, and it is. I was hoping we're going to call over and back.
Sibo's got 3.
Oh, and Amsden not paying attention, and Pitts about takes it away. Amsden tries to get himself. He frees up, loses both defenders. He's going to drive to the basket with a beautiful move. Oh, come on. Da-na-na, da-na-na. That was pretty sweet. I like that one. I like that move.
Took it full court.
Yeah, he did. Told you, guys, he's got that 1-2 quick step speed. I didn't think he traveled there, but okay. Now, if that was the NBA, they can take 5 steps there.
Yeah, they can go from the half court and keep on going.
Oh, boy. Wheel with the basketball is going to drive now. Spins out of trouble, finds Cooley. Over Sibo. Finds Murphy. Murphy's going to draw, and Amsden didn't have position. Q didn't have it there, and that's his, I believe, 4th personal.
Yes, it will be his 4th.
So Q with 4 fouls now on the night.
Off the bench.
And Richmond's going to check in. It's got to be for him. Unlucky break for that young man. Last couple of plays. Richmond, Orsund, Bules, Hepler, and Oviedo on the floor for Triton. Lineup is unchanged for Oregon Davis. Drops in, Murphy cuts in, Tye Orsund.
He was ready for it.
Oh, boy. And Bules comes away with it after that's been popped around a little bit. Tye Orsund can really fly through the air. He showed that during football, and he's doing it here. Bules is going to try to go coast to coast, and he goes up. Surprised he didn't draw a foul there, and we're going to get a push. They calling it on Triton? Nope, it's on Sibo. I think that's his 4th.
It is 4th now.
So he won more, and that young man will be done, and Fisher will check in for him. I don't know, those shoes are a little loud for me.
It's Richmond shooting.
So Richmond 1 for 2, I believe, on the night. See what the lefty can do here. Misses that one. Nice move by Murphy, and Oviedo will draw the foul. Caden Atkins will check in.
It's his 1st.
Not bad for a freshman coming in. You think with a little bit of nerve, sometimes you'll see they'll kind of commit some silly fouls, but he hasn't done that so far tonight.
He's been more focused on the basket, putting it in the ball in the basket than he has worrying about fouling anybody, it looks like.
Tye Orsund will take a seat. Caden Atkins checks in for him. Murphy gets an unfriendly roll there, and Will might get upended by Caden Atkins, I'm guessing. So Oviedo with a 2nd personal, back-to-back. And we'll get a chance for the 1-on-1 bonus here. Both teams with 7 team fouls. 5:48 remaining here in it's the 4th quarter. Don't go by the 3rd period they still have up there. Hey, I caught it. Oviedo, the freshman, comes away with it. He's going to try to dribble out of the double team there, and he does. Working against Fisher. Drops a nice pass to Bules. Bules is going to drive, leaves it for Oviedo. He's alone for 3. Puts it in! Ashton Oviedo, 3 3-pointers for him here tonight.
We'll just manually fix the...
Hey, we'll do their job for him. Fisher drives, picks up his dribble, drops over to Wheel. Wheel's going to drive the baseline. Spin move, trying to work it against Richman. And he's going to travel with it. Pick that pivot foot, stepped away. I don't know why they're not warning him. He's doing the things that they were giving warning as far as delaying the game. Hepler with the basketball, 5:20 remaining. 51-25 is our score here at the Den of Oregon Davis. Triton leads. Richmond with the basketball and over to Oviedo. Looks for Hepler. He's going to drive outside. Beau looking. Finds Richmond. Beautiful play by Lucas Richmond. The forward does it there. 3 field goals for him. Murphy's going to drive hard, and he's going to go up strong. And that might be 4 on Bules. And it is. Murphy will go back to the line. I haven't been keeping track. Missed it. He made one and missed one last time. Makes the first one. So I think he did. 53-26 now. Lineups are going to stay unchanged. Murphy's second shot is up front iron. Rebound. Oh, Hepler and Bules run into each other a little bit there, and Hepler drives out of trouble. Hepler pushing the basketball off the court. On over to Atkins. Caden Atkins with the 3. Too strong. And Oviedo's going to try to come in and save it and didn't get there in time. I mean, how the look was a good look by Caden. Is it still trying to read the?
Yep, it's still trying to read it. So if I change it, it changes it right back.
That's okay. We know it's the fourth quarter. Murphy now. Bank is closed for him. Triton closed it. Pitts with a deep 2. Too strong. Rebound. Fisher's going to kind of. What he's going to say. That's on 12. Fisher. Layne Fisher with his 3rd personal, and he's starting to repeat what he did in the first half of the JV game. So Caden Atkins, the senior, will go to the line here. Caden was a pretty active player in the JV squad last season ago. His first shot is up. Front iron. Rebound. Lucas Richman got his hand up there. Beau Hepler with a deep 3. Back iron. And Hepler will push it out of his hands there. Smart move by him. Like I said, it's the post game. Stay tuned. I'm going to go down and get whoever we have while Kenny does the stats. Caden Atkins will drive. On the 3 outside the arcs where he's at. Hands it off to Hepler. 4:02 remaining. Amsden finds an open Bules in the corner for 3. Puts it in.
Yates, Kreft, Orsund, Westafer, in for the Trojans. Also number 4, Butler.
For him, found it. Trenton Kreft, his first field goal of the night. 58-26 is our score. Pitts is going to work away. Step back jumper. It finds it. That was pretty. Butler with the basketball. On over to Kreft, but gets it back. Chase will set it up, the senior. Not a lot of minutes, but plays in the JV game, but the guy who can really be a sharpshooter from the outside. Very experienced senior. Yates the basketball, stolen away by Fisher. Yates is going to go one-on-one with him, and Fisher's going to try to get it, but Yates will draw the foul. So Fisher will go to the line. 1-and-1 chance for him. 9 team fouls for Triton. Unfriendly roll for him. Fisher now, here's his second attempt. It's up and
way short.
Oh, way short. Weil will get the put back and got it. Garrett Weil with 4 field goals on the night for him. As Tye Orsund receives it, bounded to Keegan Westafer. Inside 3 minutes now. Westafer was trying to drop it down but slipped. Little miscommunication there. It's all right. Just shake it off. Keep working. One thing I really like about these guys is they just kind of have that competitive edge.
Yes, they really push each other.
And that's one thing. Like they hold each other accountable. Murphy up with that one. Takes a friendly roll for him. Dylan Murphy, 4 field goals in the night for him. Kreft up court to Orsund. Hands off to Yates. Yates now closely guarded by Fisher. On over to Orsund. Tye with the basketball on down to Keegan Westafer. Westafer here on the left side on the baseline. He's going to drive. Picks up his dribble. On over to Yates. Yates is going to drive. Pretty floater there. No good. Rebound Murphy. Cooley up court on over to Pitts. Pitts back to Cooley. Cooley's going to drive to the base basket. Floater is no good. Rebound. Kreft gets a hand on him. But Fisher with the putback. Rebound Tye Orsund. Orsund with the basketball trying to work against Houston, trying to show off some handles there. Inside 2 minutes remaining here. Chase Butler. On to Trenton Kreft. Kreft will drive, hands off to Yates. Back on over to Orsund, back to Kreft. Kreft thought about the three. Finds Butler. On over to Yates. Yates working against Fisher. He'll drive, loses the basketball. Tipped away by Fisher. Will working on up to Fisher. He's going to drive the basket, and he's going to go up. Rebound, Keegan Westafer. The sophomore has that one. And we're going to get a foul on Fisher. That's his 4th, team's 9th. Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler.
That's better.
There we go.
See, there we go. That's better. Caden Atkins will check in for Tye Orsund. Sibo will check back in. Tye Orsund, points he had tonight, Kenny?
Orsund, he's 8.
8 for him. So not a bad opening night for him. Butler alone for 3. Not too strong, and Wester tries to save it. And didn't. I don't know. It didn't look like it went off him, but okay. Great idea by Keegan. Well, Butler's not one you want to leave alone for very long. He'll figure it out there. So let him get warmed up. Wheel with the basketball. Loses Westafer. He'll drive with a spin move, and Westafer sends it home. Talk about it again.
He's going to get it.
Well, Keegan's ready for Thanksgiving. Stuffs him like a turkey right there. Way to stay with it. Keegan showing off that athleticism. Stuffs him like he is a Thanksgiving turkey with that one. But he'll draw the foul. His first personal. 10 team fouls. Oregon Davis inside a minute remaining. Has in the double bonuses. Fisher hits that one.
Hey, it's the 4th quarter.
Hey, we got it figured out. Nothing like the end of the game to get it right. 58-33 is our score, and Fisher misses that one. Rebound Cooley. Cooley puts back is good. Nobody's back to receive the basketball as Kreft's trying to get rid of it. Finds Westafer. Smartly comes back. Keegan pushes up to Chase Butler. 43 seconds now. And stolen away by Fisher. Fisher tries to go up strong, and Butler will foul him on the way to the basket.
He wanted to get his name in the book.
Hey. He got one there. Chase will see some interesting minutes. He's a guy who, like I said, sharp shooter, knows the offense. Jason Gross trusts him. Been playing all 4 years. Shots made by Fisher. So end of the ball game, I'll go down and figure out where our guys come out, and I'll try to meet Jason and a player and bring him up here. Fisher's second free throw is good. Atkins the basketball on to Keegan Westafer. Keegan working against Cooley. Tries to go behind the back there. Drops it to Trenton Kreft. 30 seconds remaining. Chase Butler with the basketball. On over to Caden Atkins. Fisher was ready for that one. Drops it down to Westafer. He's going to get double teamed in the block. Back to Butler. Butler with the up fake. Beautiful mid-range jumper for him. Puts it in. Chase Butler with his first field goal of the season. He's in the scorer's book now. Cooley with the basketball. Wanted Sibo to cut and didn't stop. Inside 10 seconds. Triton's going to cruise their way to their opening victory on the season as Cooley's going to drive. They're going to try to throw a Fisher a desperation heave, and that'll end it. Triton wins here 60-37 at the Den. Stay tuned as Kenny will get you some stats, and I'll kind of go down and get what player Jason gives me, and we'll be right back with some interviews and some stats.
All right, for Triton, leading Oviedo with 15, Bules with 11, Orsund with 8, Hepler with 8, Richman with 7, Yates with 2, Butler with 2, Kreft with 2, Westafer with 2. And with Oregon Davis leading there, Murphy with 11, Weil with 9, Pitts with 6, Fisher with 3, Cooley with 4, Sibo with 2, Bryan with 2.
Welcome back, Triton Trojans fans. Andy O'Hara alongside Beau Hepler. Great game tonight, boss.
Thanks.
I mean, coming out, what'd you kind of feel to getting those opening game jitters out?
I was a little nervous. I'm glad we played pretty good.
So, what do you love about playing basketball?
Just the friendships and just getting brothers.
I mean, you guys kind of seem like to have a real good chemistry, especially trying to do that small ball thing. You guys really worked well together tonight, seemed like. So, how did you get started playing basketball?
The little team camps.
So, being an upperclassman, you're kind of one of the leaders of this group. I mean, you're one of the leading seniors on this team. What kind of things are you kind of teaching the underclassmen, the guys, especially that group of freshmen coming in? What kind of things are you kind of teaching them in practice and during the games?
Just work hard and play for each other.
So, kind of things, I mean, learning from Jason with this new offense. I mean, as far as working hard, what other kind of things do you guys kind of talk about in practice as far as things you kind of tell them as the game's kind of going on?
Just keep working hard and keep trying to get everything done that we can.
What kind of things would you tell younger kids wanting to learn how to play basketball?
I would say try it out with the team camp and see how you like it then.
Favorite subjects in school and why? I know I'm hitting you as you guys are going into break here. I know.
I don't know. I'm going to have to say weights.
Weights. Okay. Hey, can't beat that. Gotta love staying fit. So future plans as you kind of near graduation here towards the end of the year?
I think I'm going to go to college.
Got any place kind of particular you're kind of thinking about? Just still sorting out your options?
Yeah, still looking.
Okay. So favorite thing to do during Thanksgiving since it's tomorrow?
Eat with the family.
For me, it's eating. Take a long nap. So anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Just the teammates.
Okay.
They did great tonight.
Yes, they did. You guys all did really good tonight. So one thing we've been doing with the girls is kind of starting here the basketball season. We would like for you to pick who's next for the next interview, and then it's kind of you help me out a little bit, make sure they're kind of up here for the next game.
I might have to go with Ashton. He played great tonight.
Okay, sounds good. So Ashton Oviedo will be our next interview. So thanks, Beau. Appreciate it. Good game tonight, buddy. Appreciate it. We'll have Jason Groves on his way up here. All right, Andy O'Hara alongside head coach Jason Groves. First win of the season's got to feel good, especially in an away game.
It does. You know, we haven't beaten these guys in the last, I think, 4 times we played them. So, our kids came out, I thought, got off to a good start and played well and, did a nice job for there. Sloppy at times, but got the win.
But kind of for that first game jitters, you kind of got to expect those.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the kids, did a nice job, I thought, offensively, defensively. Responded from those turnovers, got some steals, got some buckets, so they overcame it. And
one thing I kind of pointed out, I know we're going with that more of that small ball because we don't really have a real big guy that's kind of going to dominate in the middle. These guys are really spreading around the attack, and the guys off the bench are doing a great job coming in and key reserve roles.
Definitely. That's one thing we want to do is spread you out and shoot the three. And, we got to the free throw line. That was one thing I was concerned about. We just got to make them. We weren't too good from the free, I think 30%, so we just got to knock those down.
We'll give them time. The guys will kind of figure out. The addition of Tye Orsund coming back and playing kind of that slasher role, kind of that hybrid guard-forward role that he's going to kind of play, especially being a wideout. He did a real good job getting separation and kind of different moves to get himself freed up.
Definitely. I mean, that's what he does well. He's a slasher. He gets to the basket. And he got to the free throw line. Like I said, you just got to knock him down. And, he does a nice job with what he has. At times he just seemed a little rusty, I think, a little bit, and not playing last year and having, 7 practices this year. And so I told him after the game that, that's going to come. You're going to iron out some of those wrinkles and, you're going to be finishing those shots. I think he was getting a little frustrated he wasn't finishing. But, overall, he did a nice job, though.
So one thing else to this freshman class coming in, Ashton Oviedo tonight leading all scorers. but that young man's got to be on cloud 9 down there.
Yeah, not a bad first game, huh?
No, not
15
bad at
points,
all.
like 8 rebounds, a few assists. So, he's just a smart basketball player. He does all the right things. He's in the right spot defensively. He's in the right spot offensively. And when he does get the opportunity to get a shot off or whatever, make a play, he's making the right play and finishing. So, he's that's why he's in the starting lineup. We've known he's that smart and that good of a player, and so we're playing him.
And especially at a young age, having that high IQ and be able to do those kind of things, especially at a varsity level at such a young age, got to be proud of how that young man competes.
Definitely. I mean, he's one of our hardest workers. You know, he wears us out trying to get in the gym all the time and shoot, and you know that just proves that hard work pays off. You know,
exactly.
It's not just, you know, he has natural athletic ability. It's just he works his tail off to get better, and you know it shows. And
those kind of players, especially with that kind of example, especially at a young age, that young man is kind of that kind of stuff that really wears off on other players as the season goes on, and the guys kind of pick up on that kind of stuff.
That's what I'm hoping. You know, it's nice to have a freshman who can be around for 4 years to rub off on other people.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. That's what we want. You know, I think, and I mentioned that. I think our young kids are really challenging our old kids, just about, you know, the dedication, you know, the time they put in, the effort, and so, you know, it's nice to see that from your young kids. And you know the older kids, oh, you know what? Guess what? I better work harder because you know we got 3 or 4 or 5 young kids that might take my place.
Well, and these guys are really pushing. That definitely just gives that little more of an edge of a competition with these guys. They're working a little bit harder because they don't want to lose their spot.
Exactly. You know, I felt like we really, you know, and that was a little bit of an issue for us last year. I think it was more, you know, kind of people kind of knew that they were going to play. We were playing young kids who probably shouldn't have been on varsity at that point, maybe JV players. And so we didn't have a lot of options. That's why I keep telling these guys we have, you know, quite a few kids who can play with this group.
Oh, yes, for sure.
And so, you know, keep pushing yourself, keep pushing each other because, you know, one week it may be this person, the next week it might be that person. So, you know, hard work's going to pay off, and these kids, I think, are going to realize it.
Kind of changing gears here. We kind of had a couple different calls there kind of earlier in the game as far as, like, warning of the delay of game. What kind of new rules? Because those are ones I guess I wasn't really used to from last season.
Well, I think that's always been there. Sometimes they let that go early, and then you know, if it becomes an issue, I think they just want to jump on it. First game of the year, you know, and it went through the hoop, and our kid just knocked it, and you're not supposed to touch it once it goes through the hoop, and so, you know, it's been like that, and it's first time's a warning, next time's a technical. But sometimes they just don't stop the game. I think that it might be a new rule where they stop the game, you know, to warn. Yeah, I think in the past maybe they just say, hey, leave the ball alone.
That makes sense because it's something I never really seen called before. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I think at this point, I think it might be changed last year where they actually stopped the game for warnings.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
So going against Plymouth next week, 3 away games to kind of start the schedule. What kind of things are you guys going to kind of work on mentally and physically as you move towards that?
Well, you know, obviously, X's and O's, why we got to take care of the ball on offense. I mean, we had way too many turnovers, I think 15 tonight. And so, you know, I thought at times, you know, when we got the lead, we didn't execute and extend it. It was like we get the lead and then let them come back, get the lead, let them come back. You know, we got to take care of the ball during those times and get great shots during those times. That's when you can't get sloppy. That's when you got to, you know, execute even more and make the right play. And I don't think we were doing that. And, you know, defensively, you know, we transitioned. We played a lot of zone last year, so we're transitioning from zone to man. And I just thought for the first game, not too bad, but you know, we have a long way to go there too.
Exactly. And so, you know, always can be improving.
Yeah, I mean, our positioning at times wasn't very good. You know, we weren't getting to the gaps. We were kind of worried about our man rather than playing team defense.
Correct.
And so, you know, we just got to clean stuff up. You know, that's the main thing. And I think that'll come because, you know, like I said, the football guys have only been here like 7 practices, something like that. So, you know, the longer we're together, I think the better we're going to get. And so, you know, hopefully those kids that maybe didn't play as well as they thought they should have, or you know, or didn't play as much as they thought they wish they would have, you know, stay focused and kind of keep getting better, because I think we have a lot of guys who can play if we stay focused and keep working hard in practice.
Okay, so real quick, Thanksgiving's tomorrow. What kind of things are you going to do tomorrow?
Eat turkey and rest.
Eat turkey and rest.
Spend time with the family.
Exactly. There you go. There you go. So we'll be signing off here. Andy O'Hara alongside head coach Jason Groves. Triton starts off the season 1-0. Tune in on Saturday as we'll host the Triton tournament. This is Andy O'Hara signing off for the Triton Trojans Sports Network.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Have a good Thanksgiving, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.